All right. I'm gonna color my hair today. All right, let's get started. So it's time for me to color my hair. I love saving money, and that's part of the things that I like to talk about here on this channel is money saving tips. And I don't know if you've noticed, but going to the salon has gotten really costly lately. Like my budget is blown completely. I've got short hair, and generally a short haircut pre-2020, pre-COVID lockdowns, a haircut would cost me between $30 and $35 for a short cut, maybe less depending on where I went. But for the most part, at a women's salon, I would pay between $30 and $35 for a short haircut before tip. These days, I can't find any place, I mean, I don't even know that Supercuts still exists in my region. So there's that. I don't know that I would want to go to Supercuts either. But at most salons these days, the prices are starting at $50 for a short haircut. I don't know if men are paying less for their haircuts, but yeah, women's haircuts are getting really expensive. And don't even talk to me about like styling type services and color services. Oh my God, it's hundreds of dollars to get your hair colored. And so I am going to do it myself. I do have other videos on this channel where I color my own hair. Today I am doing the Color Charm Cinnamon Brown by Wella. It's right here. And then I am using a 20 volume developer. This is Ion, which is the Sally Beauty brand. You can buy it online. I'll go ahead and link into the description below. I also use the Absolute Perfection, which is equivalent to, I can't remember what it's called. It's a hair protector. So once you're a little bit older, I'm 55 years old and I do have some grays and my hair does become more brittle. So I like to use this so that it's a little more gentle on my hair and my hair won't end up being completely fried and frizzy with any luck. So here we go. So before you start anything with hair color, you want to make sure that you protect your skin. I buy these at Home Depot, these nitrile gloves. I use them for housekeeping and for beauty care, pet care, things like that. Wherever you would normally want to wear a glove. I mean, not for gardening purposes. These would tear in a gardening situation, but they're great if you're just doing dishes or cleaning the oven or whatever. So I use these nitrile gloves. And then I also use this, it's a food scale, but I use it to weigh out my beauty supplies as well. So that way I know I'm using the right portions. It's 2 to 1, by the way. For one of these, you want to do, say 1 ounce of this, you're going to do 2 ounces of developer. I'm using the 20 developer because it's gentle on the scalp. I think the 10 developer would place too much product on my hair and it end up looking more black than brown. So I'm going for cinnamon brown. So we'll see how that looks. I have a big wedding coming up in a week, so I'm going to be going to the wedding. And that's why I'm coloring my hair. I want to look nice for the wedding. However, if I didn't have that wedding, I would probably just let my hair go at this point. I'm wearing a lot of hats because it's summertime and I try to keep the sun off my head and off my face. So when I'm outside, I'm wearing hats anyway. And I'm also growing my hair out, so style is not really my thing right now. I figure after I get it down to shoulder length or so, I'll go in and get it cut and styled at that point. But as far as hairstyle goes, I couldn't really care less at the moment because it's just gonna look stupid for a while. That's just the nature of growing out a short haircut. And like I said already, simple haircuts have gotten really expensive. So this has spurred on my motivation to grow my hair out. Usually I get to about this point, I can't stand the sight of myself anymore and I start into the salon. I end up chopping it all off at some point. But right now I'm just gonna let it grow. So I'll let you see the black back of it too. So I'm getting ready to just let it grow for a while. I'm gonna keep going until it's about shoulder length and then I'll go in and get it cut with some kind of style at that point. But for now, I'm just gonna have to deal with looking like a shaggy dog, I guess. All right, we're gonna start with, I've got my mixing bowl, dietary scale, my mixing bowl, and my brush. I have a small brush too, so that way I can get the smaller parts on my face, or surrounding my face. So let's get this started. So I'm going to do fluid ounces. I have actually another color here. This is a medium brown. If I need some backup, I have this, but I really wanted to do the cinnamon brown because I wanted to go for more of a reddish tone in my hair this time. All right, so we are going to start by putting the color into the bowl. I'm gonna do the whole thing. I know it looks like I don't have very much hair, but I will definitely go through this whole thing. Okay, we have like one and a half fluid ounces. So about 3 fluid ounces of the developer. I have another bottle. This one's almost empty. I do have another bottle. There we go. Can we get to, yeah, there we go. Let me grab the other bottle. We'll need another 1.5 fluid ounces. So this is a different brand. We'll see how this works. I hope I don't mess it up. Let's give it a try. I need another 1.5 ounces so that way the scale reads 3. It's a little bit over. It should be okay though. Throw that away. And I do use this for measuring in the kitchen. I'll make sure I clean it real good before I go back to using it in the kitchen. I do love my electronic kitchen scale. Okay, and then we're gonna mix this up until it's well blended. Oof, that looks really red. And I turn it into, it's kind of like a gel texture, like the texture of conditioner, I would say, hair conditioner, once it's all mixed. It's not very liquidy at all. So that's why I use a brush and not a bottle to apply. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the Absolute Perfection. So this is like an Olaplex dupe that I get from Sally Beauty. I add a little bit directly to the mix. I have to put the lotion on my hair longer. However, it prevents breakage. And that way I don't end up a big frizzy mess when I'm done with the whole thing. I put in about 1/4 ounce. And there's lines on my measuring cup there, so you could tell how much I'm putting in. I really like the smell of this stuff. I don't know what you would call that fragrance. I just really like the fragrance a lot. The hair dye itself does not smell good. It smells like a cat box. All right, I think I'm ready to start applying this. Tell me in the comments section below what you're doing to save money in this economic environment. I do my own hair and my own beauty care. I haven't been to the salon in, I don't know, I think the last time I got my hair cut was last February, and I was very dissatisfied with the results, and I paid almost $75 including tip. So it's been hard for me to think about going back to the salon again after that. So here I am doing my own thing. I figure if I can get my own hair dyed at home, I might as well and save myself the money. Now, obviously, it's not free to do this. I can't remember what I paid for these products. It's probably $30 or $40 worth of product that I'm using here right now. I just don't understand why it costs so much money. I could understand $75 or $100 for a hair color service today, but holy mackerel, $200, $300 just for a hair color? I don't get it. I don't understand. Unless these salons are just charging outrageous rent rates to their stylists, I just don't know why it's so expensive now. So I'll just keep doing it myself. You know, I can look terrible doing it for free at home in my own bathroom. I don't have to pay somebody to make me look like crap. Oh, I need some clips. That's what I'm missing, is hair clips. My hair's been short for such a long time, I forgot about needing to use these when doing your hair. For sure I need to pull this up and out of the way. Here, I will start by pulling this up and out of the way as well. Now, I'm gonna start on this side here. Pull this up, clip it in there. Don't I just look cute? Ah, that's the thing about doing your hair. The actual process is pretty darn ugly. There we go. So I did have an undercut pixie. That's how come I've got different length layers going on here. So I'm growing out an undercut pixie. I don't know how well you can see it in this light, but I've got quite a few grays starting to grow in now, and that's what I'm trying to cover up. And I always like to start on the right side. I don't know why, it's just how I do it. I've been doing this, probably been coloring my hair since the 80s, since I got my first bottle of Sun In, which is not good for your hair. It leaves you with orange straw. It doesn't actually look like it looks on the TV commercials. I have since figured out how to produce that look. It's not Sun In though. There we go. Start covering them grays on up. I don't know how well you can see it from this angle, but it looks pretty red from here. And then I am wearing an old t-shirt. I've learned not to wear clothes that I like while I'm dyeing my hair. Doesn't matter how careful I am, I always seem to end up getting it messed up anyway. Alrighty then, I pretty much have my hair completely drenched in hair color now. I'm gonna wipe it off my skin so it doesn't stain too badly. Usually I do get a few stains. They're gone within a couple of washes. If I need to scrub it off, I'll just use a skin scrub to get it off quickly. For the most part though, it doesn't stick around too long. You can get it off pretty quickly with a good skin scrub. Anyway, now I wait. So I'm gonna be waiting about 45 minutes to an hour, should be about the processing time, and then I'll rinse it all off. After I've rinsed it and styled, I'll be back to show you the results.
So while my hair is processing, I went online to look up some pricing in my area as far as what salons are charging for hair color. And this is all before tip, of course. So as you're seeing here, we've got some pretty high prices just for haircuts here. You can see a bang trim for $25 just to trim the bangs. Quite a lot. And then we'll go in, we'll look at the various different color processing. So what I did was a single color process all over, and that is starting at $250. And since my hair already has color on it, there's a chance that it would be higher than that because they're dealing with pre-colored hair. I just wanted to make a note that this isn't a high-end salon that we're looking at. This is more of a middle-of-the-road salon in a normal suburban neighborhood outside of Portland. The next pricing list I have here is the cheaper salons in my area. So this is in the part of town that you don't go into after dark, if you know what I mean. And these are the prices that we're looking at. I'm not saying that the work that they do there isn't good. It's probably fantastic. I'm just saying that it's low rent where they are selling. And these are the prices we're looking at in the cheaper part of town. So that's why I decided to just go ahead and do this myself. I mean, the prices are just outrageous. I don't know how anybody is affording this, to be honest with you.
All right, moment of truth. Are we ready? Let's do this. Okay. Yep, that looks pretty good. Looks like I got all my grays covered, got the roots covered. Yeah, I'm pleased. It's pretty dark. It is pretty dark hair. I think maybe I should style it and then we'll come back and check after it's styled to see how it looks. But what do you think? DIY hair color. Save myself some money. I'll go ahead and style it and I will be right back. I don't know. I don't like the style. I do like the color though. I am impressed with the color. I don't think I'm going to be impressed with the style for a long time. Since I am doing a grow out process, I'm just gonna have to have patience and let it grow for a while. And then I'll readdress what kind of style I want. Of course, I haven't added any product at this point, and I'm probably not going to today. I'm just gonna put a hat on and take my dog out to the dog park, so it seems silly to put all the effort into making my hair styled and using hot tools on it and further damaging it just to put a hat on and leave. So I'll save that for another time or for the next video. So anyway, tell me what you think. Do you think I should cut it down and keep wearing a pixie, or do you think I should continue to grow it out? I'm gonna keep growing it out for a while for budgetary reasons, but I may cut it back again. It just depends on how I'm feeling, I suppose, would be the best way to put it. So thank you so much for watching. I will be back to posting regular videos about Gen X topics here shortly. I'm in the middle of getting my kids' wedding done and over with, and once that's done and over with, I can go back to making videos regularly. But right now, I've got people coming into town. I'm gonna be making airport runs and doing flower bouquets and all kinds of crazy stuff going on over the next week or so. But I will be back. My name is Jen. You found my channel. This is the Ms. Jen Exodus channel, where I talk about all things Generation X or whatever I feel like talking about. If you've enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.